Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Don't worry. Will not be possible. Do not worry. We will manage like this for a while.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, lad. I thank you for everything.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mein Gott, boy. Have you not helped us enough already? Now we have to manage on our own.
I know this might not be the best time, but do you think we could talk about Martin?
Right now? Well, all right then. How is Martin actually?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh,
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma and... well, they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
Agora começou. Casa de família. Olá rapaziada, como é que vocês estão? Espero que sejam bem. Vamos aí a mais um episódio de Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. E neste episódio, depois da quase tragédia que a gente conseguiu amenizar o máximo possível no bairro dos Judeus, eles agora vão para sua cidade, tudo bonitinho. E nós precisamos dar um jeito de avançar nessa história. Precisamos dar um jeito de calar o Bergow depois do que ele fez. Só que para isso, nada melhor do que roubar o canhão dele. É meio arriscado. Mas antes, é claro, a gente vai fazer algumas missões. Porque o Hans vai sentir saudade dos velhos tempos. E a gente vai encontrar uma conhecida aí que vai fazer o Henry fazer algumas coisinhas nada muito legais. E é claro, a gente vai ter que se enfiar no meio do acampamento dos Sigmunds para conseguir a informação sobre esse canhão e conseguir surrupiar ele. Só que antes de mais nada, vamos ao nosso pequeno top padrão. Pega uma meia de petisco, chama os amigos para se divertir, mas antes deixa que já quer esse coração. Se não for inscrito, já aproveita e se inscreve. Bora lá.
How did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went Schlag auf Schlag.
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other, until one day I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So he did not miss a beat and took me out of town in secret. I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin, but he did not find out anything at all.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere else.
And what about you? Did you ever find another man after that?
No. My father called me a widow, so I stayed a widow.
And he didn't try to find anyone else for you?
You know he did, but it never worked out. I made sure of that.
And did you ever go looking for Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. That was probably my father's doing too. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world. I had to take care of Samuel. That was the most important thing.
All right. That's about it.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I'll keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourselves, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Êxodo. Meu Deus, o que eles fizeram foi muita covardia. Missão principal iniciada, a Cova do Leão. Converse com os discas sobre as próximas etapas. Foi muita filha da putagem. Bem, tem mais um motivo pra gente ir atrás do Eric agora. Bem, eu não sei se vai ter alguma missão secundária ainda disponível, né? Mudou várias coisas nesse meio período, tipo, eu avancei a missão principal e foi uma super missão principal avançada, né? Caramba, foi muita coisa e não sei nem por onde começar. Vamos ver se tem mais alguma coisa. Se não tiver mais nenhuma coisa, eu vou vir aqui pra Toca do Diabo. O que você tá fazendo aqui?
You have no idea how glad I am to see you alive and all in one piece. I was really worried about you. I prayed to Our Lady the Protector to watch over you in Kuttenberg. It's good she heard my pleas.
Thanks for putting in a good word. It definitely came in handy, because it wasn't nice at all. Lots of violence and death, countless foes. We could have easily kicked the bucket any moment.
God damn! What happened there?
It didn't look so bad at the start. We actually arrived in time and urged everyone to flee. But some of Eric's cutthroats got inside the tavern and murdered everyone there. Before we'd finished with them, a great mob gathered outside and struck against the gate. And it fell.
Oh, fuck! That sounds like a right massacre. God damn it. I should have gone there too. I could have been some use at least.
I'm always glad to fight by your side. But you wouldn't have changed anything there. There were too many of them. And when the whole street was thronged, there was no stopping it. All we could do was try to hold back Eric's people as long as possible, so the locals could flee to the synagogue. See, there's a hidden tunnel inside it, leading out of the city.
Fucking tunnels! Ugh. But thank Christ for them. What about Liechtenstein?
He's fine. And he managed to get those mysterious documents of his out. He left with the survivors for Colleen.
Praise God. He's from an old and glorious house. It'd be a dreadful pity if he got left behind. The main thing is you got out. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to thank you properly for coming to Malashov for me.
No need to thank me.
I beg to disagree, my brave and faithful companion. First and foremost, be it known that if you should ever similarly find yourself in captivity, I swear before our Lord Jesus Christ that I shall come for you as you came for me. And secondly, I have something here for you. A truly knightly reward for your knightly deed. A hunting bow that has no equal in the province. I hope it'll brighten your thoughts after all those horrors. It can fell the mightiest buck deer and enchant many a doe. And besides, it has attached to it an enlightening history.
I'm honored. Thank you, friend.
Eu já vi esse arco antes. História? Arco de caça do Hans. Ah, é o mesmo item que a gente ganha se a gente, como fala, se vencer ele vencer ele na competição de flecha e vencer ele na luta no primeiro jogo, a gente ganha esse arco.
Please enlighten me, O noble sir.
According to legend, this bow belonged by right to Margrave Jobst of Moravia, who, however, was not worthy of it. And so, fate decreed that it fell into the hands of a proper knight.
What are you saying?
When I found out that Jobst would gladly leave me locked up, it got my blood up. So, to pay him back, I relieved him of the bow in Raborsh. And it was immediately clear to me that that bow should go to none other than you.
O nome é o mesmo do arco, que é o arco de caça do Hans. Mas esse veio de uma outra procedência, né?
That is certainly just, I'd say.
I knew we'd see eye to eye. It'd be great to try that bow out right away. We could ride out together on the hunt. Wine, bacon, wine, the deep woods, a quiver full of arrows, wine, shoot some deer and celebrate with wine, like we used to do back home.
We only went hunting together once.
Yeah, but it was memorable. Don't tell me you wouldn't like to do it again. But first duty, then some fun, eh? You'd better be going.
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldiers and the town rabble have torched the Jewish quarter. Fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form an alliance with us now.
Fuck. Where are they now?
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next.
Well, Samuel said he wants to be around for that, and we should wait for him.
I see. But if he's gone to Colin, he won't be back till tomorrow. Oh well. At least we'll have time to get everything ready.
All right. I'll come tomorrow then.
Espere Samuel voltar de Colin. Eu tenho uma aguinha pra eu me... Obrigado. É porque o negócio lá foi intenso. Não tem uma... Eu tenho uns excrementos aqui. Pera aí. Será que já deu? Não. Ué, funciona na lama do porco, mas não funciona no cocô da vaca. Aí é sacanagem comigo. Não quer saber? Eu vou usar o cravo de coisa mesmo. Pronto. Que achou?
How'd you like Devil's Den?
Well, it's better than the Malashov prison, but not much.
Aren't the beds soft enough for his lordship?
I'm more bothered by how small the place is. You feel like the walls are closing
Ele
in
pegou
on you. But at
trauma
least I can go
ferrado
for rides
nisso.
around the area.
Where'd you go for those rides?
Well, not very far, just from... Oh, damn. What's the place called? Horsham? Aye. From Horshan to Bohuniewicz and back. Why go to the ends of the earth when there's so much to see here? I found a nice hunter's camp in the forest beyond Bohuniewicz. It's not exactly close, but it's quiet at least.
Oh, Christ almighty. You haven't started poaching again, have you?
You could say that. This girl from Bohuniewicz took me for a lovely... ride?
Right, that's enough. Spare me the details.
Vamos ver o que mais a gente pode... O que mais a gente pode fazer nesse meio período? A gente vai ter que esperar até amanhã pra criatura.
Can we start the meeting? We don't have much time.
Aye, we're all waiting for you. Right, gentlemen. I think it's clear to all of you what a shitty fucking mess we're in. We were caught off guard at Rabosh.
And
Por
they
muita
nearly
burrice.
fucking kill us all.
Yes, and they attacked the Jewish quarter.
Thanks a lot for reminding me. I almost forgot.
At least Henry here and Kubienka got most of the people out.
That's true. Good work, men. How did it all go down?
Well, to tell the truth, we were lucky as hell. We got there before it all started in earnest. That's why we managed to get those people out.
Lucky my arse. We gave those bastards a thrashing. They thought they'd loot and torch the whole place, but we scared them shitless.
It is nice that you found my people suffering so entertaining. But what I want to know now is how you all intend to avenge them.
Well, what do you have in mind?
Temos que revidar. Principal que não podemos existir.
We shouldn't give up. That's the main thing.
Except that Sigismund has the League of Lords and a whole fucking army. And what do we have? Fuck all! Come on, lads.
Guerrilha.
Yost will bring his army soon. It'd be fucking mad to try on anything big before that.
It might take weeks for them to arrive. Von Bergow will have found and caught us by then. We have to get rid of Von Bergow. It's because of him that we're in the situation we're in, after all.
You mean in the shit, Sir Hans? No need to mince words.
Sir Hans here is right. It's starting to piss me off the way Von Bergow's been stringing us along all this time.
That fucker is Sigismund's right hand. So we'll chop it off.
Why kill him? You know what ransom we can get for that bastard. You all fucking daft. Von Bergow is holed up in Malashov, so unless any of you can fly, we can't get to him.
Oh, that's true. To take a cost like that, we'd need a dozen men, ladders, and maybe also a trebuchet or cannon.
There's no maybe about it. We'd certainly need a cannon. So we steal the one von Bergow used at Nebakov. Now why don't we just steal all the silver from the Italian court and buy our own, eh? Use your head before you open your mouth.
Hang on. Maybe Janosch's idea isn't all
Meu
that bad.
Deus. Como
How do you
assim?
mean?
I recently sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's military camp near Opatovitz.
Tá me
She told
zoando.
me Von Bergow has his cannon stashed away there. But it seems things are getting a bit out of hand there. So the Prague regiment he's in charge of is going to move it to Sedlets. And it might not be that well guarded along the way.
So we'll steal it, right? We'll wait till they go through some ravine, and we'll shoot at them from the rocks. The way you did to us before Nebakov.
I see you've learned something from me. But it's not that simple. What we need is for one of us to get amongst the Pragas, so he can keep an eye open and tell us when they're moving out.
And if we succeed? What then? There's 5.5 of us. Even with a cannon, that's not enough to take Malashov.
So you'd rather hide and ambush flower wagons? Are we common thieves?
No, patrzcie tylko. Jeszcze wczoraj przerzucał gówna, a dziś ten prawdziwy chojrak.
I know going up against Von Bergow is dangerous, but we have to try.
Dangerous, my arse. It's suicide.
That's enough. Von Bergow has to die. Painfully. And above all, as soon
Eita,
as
preula.
possible. And if there are not enough of you, this might help.
Well, well. That's a sight for sore eyes. Why the fuck didn't you show us that earlier? We could have saved ourselves a lot of blathering.
Não. Não precisa ser pagamento,
We can't
entendeu?
take it. Your people will surely need every groschen you can get your hands on now.
Drop the courtesies, please. All I want is to get von Bergow at knife point.
If you will permit, monsieur, I might be able to contribute. I know a few mercenaires in this part. They may not be la cavalerie royale, but for such a purse, they will gladly tear Malishov down stone by stone.
Ah, a company of mercenaries, a surprise attack, and a cannon in reserve. We could do something with that, couldn't we?
No, not so fast. We don't have the cannon yet.
Then we'll fucking get it. We'll find a good spot for an ambush and send someone into the camp to spy on them. What about you, Henry? You'll get yourself recruited into the Prague regiment, and when they take the cannon to Sedlitz, you'll send us a message via Catherine.
I was afraid you'd never ask. I can just see the look on von Bergov's face when we point his own cannon straight at it.
Vai ser
That's
legal.
settled then. Henry will go to the camp. Catherine will tell you all you need to know.
Que ideia
You'll find her
louca.
in the bathhouse there. In the meantime, Ada here can go to Malishov and find out how von Berkoff and his people are stationed there. But look, don't touch.
Za kogo ty mnie kurwa masz?
A lot of soldiers need a lot to eat. They'll have to stock up.
I'll go hunting. This tavern's a bit crammed for my liking as it is.
And what are we going to do?
We're going to prepare a warm welcome for the Praguers.
What do you say, Sir Hinek?
Well, what the fuck are you all sitting here for? Didn't you hear? The fun's about to start!
É loucaço, não tem como. Tem missão com alguém? Quem é que tem missão aqui no meio?
Henry, my most faithful friend.
Uh-oh. That sounds a bit too friendly for my liking. You need something, don't you?
Me?
Precisa.
Never. But you do. You need to relax a bit. Let your hair down. So it occurred to me, you might like to go hunting with me.
Poaching, you mean?
Poaching's what commoners do, not me. Come on. We promised Zhishka we'd find some meat for the mercenaries, didn't we?
Porque prometeu caçar. Você que prometeu caçar, não eu. Tenho coisa pra fazer. A força de troço que não passou pra você. É uma boa ideia. É uma boa ideia, vamos lá.
That's a good idea, actually. Where should we go?
Do you remember the hunter's camp near Bohuniewicz I told you about?
The place where you showed that girl what a member of the nobility is?
That's the one. I thought you might like to come with me, have a drink, chat, and do some hunting. What's more, it's on the way to Sigismund's camp.
Vamos lá.
Let's go then.
Great. Saddle your horse and get ready. I can smell the game from here.
Como nos velhos tempos. Vá ao acampamento com Capon.
Can you smell that? Freedom!
I smell a big roe deer. Maybe even a stag.
How about a wager on who kills more game?
I'd rather not. You know how it ends up when we make bets.
If you're talking about the cock-up at the pond.
No, I meant that bet back in Ratai. When we made a bet to see who could bag more hares, remember?
Eu
Of
lembro.
course I do. I won.
It wasn't my day, but I still
Na
came
verdade,
out of
ele
it better
perdeu.
than you. Or have you forgotten about the Cumans who caught you and tied you to a tree?
Aye. That's something I'd rather forget. It wouldn't happen to us now, though. We're far too experienced. It's not long ago we were brawling in a tavern, and now look at us. It's amazing how much we've been through together.
And how many adventures we still have ahead of us, eh?
I hope so. But to be honest, conquering Malishov and capturing von Bergow, I hope Zhishka has a foolproof plan.
Eu não capturaria, eu exterminaria mesmo.
And when we tell our story in some tavern, the lasses will be falling at our feet.
Isn't the Bohuniewicz girl enough for you? What's she called, anyway?
Carolina.
A very pretty name.
My favorite name, you know. Carolinas tend to be wild.
But I hope you won't be so busy with wenches you forget your old mates.
No chance of that. The world's full of pretty wenches, but a good friend. Once you find one, you have to hold on to him. You remember what I told you before the Cumans caught me, don't you?
Something about minions, wasn't it? It's always helpful to have a minion at hand.
That's right. And I'd say you're a lot more than just my minion these days. But that's enough chat. It's still a fair way to the camp. How about we go a bit faster?
Vamos.
Let's go.
Caraca, eles foram caçar onde? Nossa. Vixe, é perto mesmo que eles foram caçar. Muito perto. Ah, meu cachorro tá aqui. Tá bom, já ia perguntar, cadê meu cachorro? Aconteceu tanta coisa que nem sei pra onde ele foi parar.
Wait, can you hear that? There are people in the camp. Bloody hell. Soldiers. Sigismund's men, judging by the colours. Shit, and there's a dead body. Over there, by the tree. A local hunter, probably. He must have stumbled across them. You see that? There are soldiers there.
And who's that? Over there by the tree?
Nobody now, I'm afraid. Probably some poor fellow who just stumbled across the bastards.
What are we gonna do?
We came here to hunt. So let's hunt.
Are you sure? There's quite a lot of them. I'd rather not end up tied to a tree like you did in Ratai that time.
Come on. We can handle this motley bunch.
Vamos,
Alright.
vamos lá, vamos pegá-los.
Let's get them.
That's my boy.
Mas antes... Ah não, ele tá com coisa de combate. Ah, você tá me zoando. Oh.
But he's still standing. No match for us, fucker. No blood. Yeah. Bash him on the head.
Meu Deus, pega essa arma. Caramba.
See what you're made of.
Obrigado.
You should have fucking stayed out of it.
Tira a mão dele.
This doesn't look good. And that's that.
Shouldn't we tell Zizka about what happened here?
Why? There's not much to tell, really.
Don't you want to boast about your heroic deeds?
Come on. You call this a heroic deed?
Wiping out a band of Sigismund's soldiers. It's not long ago I wouldn't have believed we had it in us.
You see? And today it's just another run-of-the-mill afternoon.
What now? Make camp and go hunting?
I don't know. I seem to have lost my mood for it. But we promised to bring some meat, didn't we?
Oh, these fellas were just skinning a doe. That should do it.
All right. Let's cut it up and take it back to Devil's Den. We'll go together, right?
Of course.
All right. You take care of the doe. I'll start digging a grave.
Vai enterrar os corpos, pega a carne e bora. Como nos velhos tempos, atividade concluída. Nossa, eu tô toda desgramada.
My respect.
Vou pegar mais um pouco de mel, porque, nossa, a quantidade de mel... Opa! Peguei uma quantidade de mel tão absurda no começo do jogo e eu não comi todo o mel que eu peguei ainda. E o mel é muito bom. Não bom de ser uma delícia. O bom é que é nutritivo e recupera energia. Ótimo. Não tem mais nada pra fazer, deixa eu ver. Ah, não, agora é se encontrar com a Catherine no acampamento. Que fica aqui. Tem um negócio aqui, informante de missão. Vamos dar uma olhadinha? Rápido.
Ah! I did it!
Who the hell are you?
My name is of no importance. I am your faithful servant.
O que você tá fazendo aqui?
What are you doing here?
Why, I'm waiting for you. I did everything I was told, chanted the words, and you showed up.
You know who I am?
You're testing me, Dark Lord.
Nossa,
I know I'm
lá
not worthy
vem.
of uttering your name.
Speak. Your master commands.
You're the Lord of Hell. The devil. The Dark Tempter.
Não.
What do you want from me?
Me? Want something from you, Dark Lord? No, I wouldn't dare. I can only humbly beseech, pitifully implore.
Out with it, then.
For a small kindness, a favor.
Isso tá me lembrando a missão das bruxas do 1. Será que a gente vai arrombar alguma galinha de novo? Eu espero. Pode ser divertido. Um favor, seu lugar é no inferno, sou humano. Um favor?
I'd like the dice to roll like they've never rolled for anyone before, and win every game.
Why do you want to get lucky at dice, of all things?
My wife is sick, and I have no way to pay for a healer. If I win enough money, I can find someone to cure her.
Don't lie to me.
Lucas beat me and won my life savings, plucked me clean. I even lost the barn. He must be cheating somehow, I'm sure of it, because there's no way I could be that unlucky. So I want to turn the tables on him. I'm going to take everything he's got. Give him grief, the fucker.
Thy will be done.
Really? Thank you, Dark Lord. I'll be indebted to you to my dying day. And when I die, my soul will be yours, won't it? That is the price?
As you say. Quid pro quo.
If I make enough to cure my Jane, it's a fair deal. This is beyond my wildest. My Jane will finally be waiting.
Que encontro mais doido. Meu Deus, esses encontros de estrada estão muito doidos, não tem como.
Wie geht's, mein Herr?
What's going on around here?
Well, I do not know. Aber was soll's. I have this problem with this one vagrant woman.
Andarilha?
Yeah, das stimmt. A woman. She just showed up here and started making trouble for me.
Is she stealing, or what?
Nein, worse than that. My wife thinks I'm having an affair with her.
And are you?
No.
Nein, bitte nicht. Aber vielleicht. My old woman saw us talking by the hay bale and took it the wrong way.
Agora você vai ter que dar jeito de reverter isso.
Like I was feeling her up from a distance. Ich weiß es nicht.
I understand. So you want me to help you get rid of her?
Was? Nein. I mean, I do not know. Actually, just forget I said anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Leave it be.
All right.
Yeah.
Suit yourself.
If you're a good craftsman, try asking at the construction site. Krishan was looking for some laborers here recently.
And where might I find this Krishan?
Ist here in der Festung. In the local fortress. You'll find him easily enough. He is a mountain of a man. Zum Abschluss, I have some advice for you. It isn't easy to talk about this, but you should hear it. A bunch of black guards from the Hungarian camp have occupied an abandoned barn not far from here. They rob and steal. Nothing sacred to them. And they've even killed a couple of people. Most recently, a local herdsboy.
What?
He didn't want to give them a sheep, so they killed him and the rest of his flock and all.
That really happened?
Just on the other side of the stream here. Tja, und wer weiß, if they even buried the poor lad. Diese verdammten ungarischen Teufelskerle.
Tá, não precisa ficar falando a sua língua que eu não entendo.
Why doesn't the local bailiff do anything about them?
Because even though they are certainly deserters, they still wear Hungarian colors, and the people here are scared to death of Sigismund. Und weiß Gott zu Recht.
Bem, conseguimos algumas informações. Isso tá me cheirando a quest. Temos uma quest aqui para pegar e uma quest em Pips coisa. Provavelmente é disso que ele falou. Então a mulher tá ali, que a gente precisa falar com ela. E tem uma quest aqui em Pips coisa. Então, vamos falar. Vamos resolver essas duas quests antes de ir lá falar com a outra.
Oh, people, show me. You're always welcome here, good sir.
Are you begging here?
No, I'm waiting here for my prince to come. He should be here any moment now with his entourage to take me away.
Eu gosto do seu senso de humor.
Well, it's good you still have a sense of humor left.
Well, that's about all I have left. As you can see, I'm not exactly faring all that well lately.
Few people are these days. I'm Henry.
Margaret, wait, I know you. Of course. You helped me get out of that locked shed.
Na verdade,
Do you remember?
From a shed?
At the mill. You saved me from the miller.
That was you? I didn't recognize you at all.
What a coincidence. It's a small world, isn't it?
Not a chance.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just now I know why you were locked up there. The miller told me what happened. How you robbed him there.
No.
That old man brought the catchpole, and they wanted to blame it all on me. If I hadn't have talked myself out of it, they might have even hanged me.
I'm really sorry about that, Henry. I apologize. I didn't want you to get into any trouble.
Oh, aye. You just used me so you could get away.
There was nothing else I could do. I had to rob him. Please, let me explain. I didn't do it for myself.
Let's hear it then. Why did you rob him?
I had a very good friend, Aneshka. We served together in that mill you saved me from, but then something horrible happened. The miller couldn't keep his hands off her, but she kept refusing him, except for one time. In short, that pig got her pregnant.
Eu não sei se eu acredito nela. Espero que tenha sido por amor.
I hope it was out of love at least.
It definitely was not. And as soon as the miller found out, he was furious. He said he's not going to support another hungry mouth, and he drove Aneshka out of the mill, even though she was with child.
Sounds like a real bastard.
The poor girl had nowhere to go, so she slept in the woods. I tried to help her. I brought her food, but it was clear we couldn't go on like that. So we came up with a plan. I'd flee the mill and follow her, and on the way, I'd take the miller's coin. But he caught me.
And I was daft enough to help you get away.
I'm sorry I lied to you, but there was no time to explain it.
All right, then you took the coin to Anezka. But I still don't understand why you're begging here. Where's the money? Where's Anezka?
They're both gone. This gang attacked me on the way. They took everything I had, and I don't remember much after that. But I woke up in an old herbalist's home. That kind soul saved me and helped me get back on my feet. It took weeks.
It's a good thing we have those herbalists. Something similar happened to me. And Anezka?
I don't know where she is. I couldn't find her where she used to sleep. I have to find a proper pile of coin and I'll go and look for her. I'm fond of her, and I don't want her to have to raise that child herself.
Well, that'll be hard. I've never met anybody who made such a pile by begging.
It's the best I can do by myself. But now that you're here, maybe you could help me. I might just know where to find such a sum, and you could make some coin too.
Qual o seu plano?
What's your plan?
I want to rob a certain merchant in Kuttenberg. I can't
sabia.
sleep when I think about what he did and how he got away with it.
Can't you give the thieving a rest?
If you knew what he did, you wouldn't be so hard on me. The bastard doesn't deserve anything less.
Go on then. What did he do?
He poisoned his wife to marry a younger woman and get her fat dowry. And no one will ever be able to prove it, and he'll never face punishment because no one knows about it. Except me. But we can hoodwink him together, so he'll be happy to pay us. If you throw your lot in with me, I'll explain everything to you.
Como você descobriu?
How do you know he killed someone?
Because he got that deadly poison he gave her to drink from that herbalist who was taking care of me. He just strolled in there one day and threatened to burn the hut down with us in it if she wouldn't make one for him. What could the poor woman do?
What poison was it? Every healer can tell when someone's been poisoned.
Not with this one. That's what made it so clever. I don't know what it's called, but she said there aren't many people who know how to brew it. The herbalist told me she made it weaker on purpose, but it still was enough to kill that woman.
Well, you'll have to give me a better idea of your plan before I agree to anything. What do you want to do?
He killed her for money, so I want to steal it from him. Just like every bloke, he's a whoremonger and his new wife found out about it. Now I've heard she's made his life a living hell, so he won't even say a word to another woman. And we'll make use of that. I'll go to him and tell him I'm expecting his child. And he'll be glad to pay, so I'll disappear and won't destroy his marriage and his reputation.
You slept with him?
Not a chance. I'd rather die a virgin than have anything to do with such a beast.
Then how do you want to convince him you're expecting his child?
That's where you come in. I've heard there's some decoction or potion that puts a person to sleep. We'll pour it in his drink and make it look like he got drunk and I spent a passionate night with him. He won't remember anything. And what's more, he won't want any trouble at home.
Caraca! Eu te dou dinheiro, tudo bem, vamos fazer isso.
Hey, if he has coin, why don't we just rob him, eh?
That's not a good idea. Trust me, I've thought this over. He won't have that much money on him outside, and he has a guard at home. If he thinks it's all his own mess, he'll give us the money himself. And what's more, he won't turn us in. That'd destroy his reputation as a respected merchant.
Tá bom.
Fine. So what should I do?
First, I need to find some better clothes. I have to look like an upright townswoman, because even that whoremonger wouldn't start anything with a ragged beggar woman.
Fine. I'll try to find something that'll look good on you.
Eu tenho uns vestidos aqui no baú.
Potion to make him pass out. I don't really know what it looks like,
Eu sei.
but it has to be strong. Then he won't remember anything.
I know what it is. I'll try to get it. Anything else?
Now, the most important thing. That merchant struts around with his nose in the air. That's why you need to look like a wealthy gent. Charismatic, well-dressed, sweet-smelling. Get me? He has to believe you've got a bulging purse and want to spend it with him. Then he'll be eating out of your hand.
From what I hear, it sounds like there's lots of things that could get fucked up. We'll be lucky to get any coin out of him.
Now, Henry, I know we don't know each other that well, but if you do what I tell you, it'll work out. I'll give you something. This ring belonged to my dear late mother. It's the only thing I have. You keep it and return it to me when we split the money and you get your share. I want you to know you can trust me.
Well, thank you.
I know this plan will work. As soon as you have everything ready, come back here and I'll tell you what's next.
Vitimizada. Traga um vestido novo e uma poção de sono. Tem poção de sono? Deixa eu ver, que eu acho que eu tenho sim. Ah, tá no... como fala? Tá no baú. Mas aqui nesse lugar eu não tenho baú. Acho eu que eu não tenho baú nesse lugar. Eu tenho um descanso. Eu vou ter que ir lá na cidade, pegar no meu baú e voltar aqui.
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
Tô com a poção.
Have that sleeping potion.
Great. You hold on to it and don't lose it, so you can pour it into that fool's drink.
E consegui o vestido para você.
I have this dress for you. It'll definitely look good on you.
Thank you. It's perfect.
So, what do you say? Do I look like a rich merchant?
Well, Henry, you look great. That's just perfect.
We have everything. So, what now?
Now we need to go to Kuttenberg, but each on our own. If someone saw us together, it could threaten the whole plan. So we'll meet up there.
All right. And where will I find you?
There's this secluded corner by the city wall between the houses in the Cobbler's Quarter. Be there in 2 days after sunset. I'll tell you more when we meet.
Fine.
And don't keep me waiting there, Henry. Take care then, and have a pleasant evening.
Ok. Fale com Margaret essa noite.
My God! A brawl!
Eita, tendo confusão. Que horror. Eu tenho que falar com ela aqui. Então, vamos lá.
Well, I'm here.
And I must say, you look fantastic. And now, quick, about our plan. You'll go to the Hangman's Halter Tavern on the square and find the tailor Latzek there. You can be sure he'll be sitting alone at his table under the window. Talk to him. Tell him whatever you want. But the main thing is you have to pour that sleeping potion into his drink unnoticed. When it hits him, pick him up and carry him here. It'll look like you're carrying a drunkard home. Nobody'll take any notice at that time of night. Once you get here, I'll take care of the rest.
All right. Chat with him, knock him out, and drag him here. I'm on it.
Você tem tanta coisa pra dar errado. Ué. Ah, tem que vir pra cá. É a entrada pelos fundos. Alfaiate Latzek. É você?
Greetings. I'm looking for Master Tailor Latzek.
Well, congratulations then. You found him. What do you want?
I've heard you're the best tailor in all of Kuttenberg.
Ha! In Kuttenberg, you say? Then I reckon you heard wrong, lad. I'm the most famous tailor in the whole domain. I could easily say in the whole kingdom, but I'm modest. Fine ladies come all the way from Prague just to be served by me.
Then I apologize for underestimating you, Master Latzek.
You ought to know who you're going to deal with before going to bother him in the tavern in the evening. So, what is it you want?
Vai me costurar um casaco. Comprarei alguns tecidos. Comprei alguns
My lord
tecidos.
gave me the task of procuring the best fabric. So I'd like 100 Prague ells of Tela Aurea. That is, if you know what that is.
Of course I do. And I can get you what you want. But it'll take a while and you'll have to pay a deposit.
The price is no obstacle. My lord wants only the very best, and if you can provide it, I'll pay you whatever you want.
Excellent then. Come by to see me tomorrow in the shop, and we'll work out the details. But now, please excuse me. I have to go and piss.
Where's that beer?
Look first, and maybe next time.
Meu Deus. Espere ele beber. Tá bom. Vamos esperar. Vamos esperar ele beber. A sua bebida tava meio assim, sem gelo.
Oh, that's good. The town needs brave men.
Me too. Nobles hold tournaments all the time.
Aliás, eu tenho uma tocha? Tenho, porque já tá ficando de noite, entendeu? Meu Deus. Nada de ruim está acontecendo. Eu estou apenas carregando alguém que bebeu demais. É. Uma pessoinha assim que bebeu demais, sabe? E não... sabe maneirar, não sabe se comportar.
You're great, Henry. Leave the rest to me. Go and hole up somewhere, and in the morning, we'll meet here and divvy up the money.
Tudo bem, vejo você pela manhã.
Fine. See you in the morning. Watch out for yourself.
Don't worry.
Ela vai lá agora, fabricar a coitação. Nossa, sério que eu dormi no meio do sei lá onde? Meu Deus, eu tô vestido como um nobre. Onde é que eu tô? Caraca, eu dormi aqui no... sei lá onde. O que foi? O que aconteceu? What the
hell happened?
That bastard beat me.
Tá zoando.
Sakra! Your eye is all blue. That had to be quite the punch.
At first, everything was going according to plan. He woke up, he was completely paralyzed with shock. And when I started making a scene, he hit me and ran away.
What a bastard!
We have to do something. We'll go after him to his house. You'll play the witness. You saw him drag me into the hayloft and you heard us. He doesn't remember fuck all about what happened anyway.
All right then. Let's go.
You leave the talking to me, got it? You just nod to everything I say, and if something goes wrong, you can set him straight a little. He'll be scared as fuck that his old woman will find out. Now, everything will go smoothly. I'm going to get him for this.
Well, you're lucky you didn't fare worse.
Uhum.
You could have easily pulled a knife.
Sim, poderia ter sido muito pior. E eu vou colocar essa daqui, essa armadura. Oh, cadê minha tocha? Caramba. Não, os guardas ficam enchendo meu saco.
Mercy, and I let him get away like that. That bastard. I'll force him to pay twice as much.
Perhaps he'll listen to reason, and it won't be necessary to draw any weapons.
Don't worry. He'll be shitting himself as soon as he sees us at the door. But I'll do the talking, got it? You'd only frighten him stupid.
All right. I'll keep quiet. How's your eye? Does it hurt?
I'm so fucking angry, I can't even feel it. But it'll probably be worse tomorrow. I hope I'll be wiping my tears away with a purse full of groschen from that whoreson.
How far is it?
We're almost there.
Eita.
So here you are.
What are you doing here?
What was that supposed to be yesterday? Do you think you're just going to get away with it? I want to talk to your wife right now so she knows what a beast she has at home.
Wait! Please be quiet! I have no idea what happened. I seriously don't remember anything. Young man, what are you doing here? Would you have a word with her?
Não, vou ficar em silêncio.
Don't go looking for help, you pig. This young man saw you dragging me into that stinking hayloft. He'll vouch for me. It was all Margaret this, Margaret that, and I was stupid enough to believe you cared about me.
No. This is some kind of misunderstanding.
What misunderstanding? Are you trying to say I fucked myself in that hayloft?
Please don't yell. I seriously don't remember a thing. That's never happened to me before. I must have blacked out.
Aha! So, if Master Latsek doesn't remember it, it didn't happen. Is that what you're trying to say? I have a witness. He saw you and heard you ravaging me there. You're not going to get away with this.
Oh, shit. I've never had any other woman.
Sempre ficar em silêncio.
Never lain with any other than my Hannah. This is insane.
Oh, come now. You were singing a different tune yesterday. You were bragging about how every woman is satisfied with you. How every woman screams Latsek's name.
That can't be.
Eu tô achando que ela mentiu pra gente, eu tenho certeza que ela mentiu.
Either you're going to cough up a nice pile of groschen and then you'll never see me again, or this young man here will hold you for a while and I'll go and visit your wife. I'm sure she'll be interested in hearing how you planted a bastard in me.
Fine, I'll pay you. But you can't say a word to anyone. Nobody must ever find out. It would destroy me.
A wise decision. And next time, think twice before you start dragging a young girl to the hay. Let's go.
Vamos. Meu Deus, ela engana todo mundo. Essa mulher é um perigo.
It worked. How nicely he shat himself, Henry. I thought all was lost, but it worked.
You certainly put the squeeze on him. If I didn't know he was a murderer, I wouldn't believe it. What a crybaby.
But he was, and he got what he deserved. That'll teach him how to behave. You were great. Thank you so much. If it hadn't been for you, I'd still be begging by that bloody tavern. But look at us now. What a fortune.
What are you gonna do now?
I'm going to get a proper meal. I'll buy some beautiful clothes and shoes and some nice jewelry.
And what about Aneshka?
Oh, aye, of course. I'll go looking for her. I'll start asking around in taverns. I'll buy a wagon and travel the world over if I must. I have to find her.
You must like her a lot, eh?
She's like a sister to me. We've been through thick and thin at that mill, and she never left me in a bind. So I have to help her. I want to.
Eu não acredito, não. Não acredito nem um pouco. Caramba, ela é muito profissional do crime.
Sacre! I didn't believe this would work out, but he was as frightened as a mouse.
I told you it'd all work out. I can be very convincing when I want to.
I don't think he'll ever forget this.
You know, you were really great. I never could have done this without you. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. When I find Aneshka, I'll tell her all about you.
I was glad to be of help.
Hey, before we say goodbye, I was just thinking. I don't want you to just forget about me. There's another way I could pay you back?
Não confio nela.
Don't worry, I won't forget. But now let's divvy up the money.
Oh, come now. You know I can offer you something more.
E me abandonar de manhã roubando minhas coisas? Não.
And put this behind me.
Fine, if that's what you want. Half is yours, but actually...
What?
I wanted to ask you if you wouldn't mind me keeping a bit more? For Aneshka and
Tudo
her
bem.
baby. You know?
Vai, fica com
You're
tudo.
probably right. Take it all to Aneshka.
You're so sweet, Henry.
Eu fiz tanta missão
Thank
mesmo.
you very much.
Eu não tenho o que comprar.
And do you think you could give me back my Ma's ring?
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that.
Thanks a lot. You're the finest fella I ever met. I hope you'll have nothing but good fortune all your life. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. God bless you.
Eu não vou acreditar nela muito, não. Essa daí é traiçoeira. Muito traiçoeira. E aí?
Well, do you have any news about what happened to Mandalina?
Oh, I hate it when I'm right. Instead of burying that fucking hag alive, they gave her house arrest somewhere in the countryside because they said her soul is ill. Oh!
Well, at least you won't hurt anybody anymore, right?
Podiam
And
apontar
how
a
can you be
direção.
so sure? What if it overwhelms her again? She grabs a knife and rips open some poor sleeping woman like a lamb.
I'm sure they'll hide the knives from her and lock the women up at night. They know very well what she did.
Damn it, Henry, don't be a fool. Oh, I still think I should have cut her throat.
Eu também.
Maybe you really should have. If I'd known before it would turn out the way it did, well, I suppose there's no justice in the world.
But there is, just not enough to go around. We have to take care of it ourselves and not leave it up to other people.
So for you, justice and revenge are one and the same?
The only justice I can rely on is when I take care of it myself. I can't expect it from others.
You can always find out where she is and go and set things straight, right?
That's true. I can, can't I?
Se você souber onde ela fica, eu também posso ir lá. Mas como é que você faz para as pessoas confiarem em você?
I don't always get people to tell you anything you want.
We women have it in our blood.
What? Spying?
No, you rogue. Knowing how to listen. And also how to size people up.
It'd be good to learn a few tricks from you.
All right, but it'll cost you. I won't trouble myself with you for free.
Caraca, é assim mesmo? Vamos lá.
You know how to get your hands on some interesting things. How do you do it?
Do you take me for a thief?
I wouldn't dare. On the contrary, I admire you, and I'd like to learn how you do it.
If only you weren't so damned clumsy. Listen up then, my disciple.
Oi, e agora? Vamos falar?
I'm here.
Come. I know a place where nobody will disturb us.
Where's that?
Stop asking questions and start undressing.
Eita.
You want to talk here?
You said you wanted privacy, didn't you? If anyone sees us here, they'll think you're just another customer. And relax a bit. You're as stiff as if you were waiting to be branded.
How am I supposed to relax in this situation?
Come now, Henry. Don't say you've never had your back scrubbed by a woman.
Sua senhorita Talbert. Eita, algumas. Eita.
I have, yeah, but it's just different with you. It feels a bit weird. After all we've been through together.
Oh, come now. You don't have to be bashful in front of me. Even about what I think I see in that tub.
Well, the water is pretty cold.
Of course it is. So, tell me quickly what you're doing here before you shrivel up entirely in the water. You say Zizka sent you?
That's right. It's about von Bergov's cannon and the Praggers who have it. I hear they're gonna move it to Sedlec.
Aye, they have it. What of it?
We want to steal it on the way.
Have you all gone mad? Do you know how dangerous that is?
I know. That's why Zizka sent me here. I'm supposed to infiltrate the Praggers and make sure everything goes smoothly.
So what do you need me for?
Information. When are the Praggers going to take the cannon to Sedlec?
That's what you're supposed to find out, isn't it? But it looks like they got held up for some reason. Sometimes I hear them complaining they should have been long gone by now.
Where is the cannon now?
In the upper part of the camp where all the local captains have their tents. They've put up a palisade around the entire hilltop. And the guard at the gate doesn't let just anyone in. And what's more, they say the whole camp's gunpowder store is there.
And you think it's in the storehouse there?
That's the only place it can be. I haven't seen it anywhere down here, but they won't let me into the upper part.
Do you know anything about the cannon?
Not much. I've heard they call it the Finger of God, and it costs a fortune, but that's all.
Who's in charge here?
That's a pretty complicated question. But in a nutshell, There are 3 main captains here. They run the whole camp. Sigismund is holed up in Sedlets with his toadies and doesn't take much of an interest in what's going on here. The Cumans are under the command of a fellow called Chertan. Then there is Grozaf, who runs the camp. And then there are the Pragas, led by Dietrich Katz.
What is this Chertan like?
He's the commander of all the Cumans who marched into Bohemia. Sigismund officially gives the orders, of course, but it's Chertan they listen to. I've met him a couple of times. He's a tough fella, but his soldiers are loyal to him.
Who's this Grosov?
He's in charge of everything here. He's a nobleman, but don't expect him to act like one. They say he ran up debts and fell out with half the royal court. So Sigismund holed him away here instead of taking him to Sedlets. Watch out for him. You know how it is. The worse off a man is, the pushier he gets.
This Katz. Who is he?
He's in charge of the Prague Artillery Regiment. You should know him, in fact. It was him and his men who attacked Nabokov that time.
That Horace who nearly killed us all.
Calm down. You'll get your revenge soon enough.
Do you have any idea how I could infiltrate the Praggers?
The best thing would be to join up. There are never enough men. But it won't be as easy as it might seem. They won't let you go up and see cats just like that. But down by the shooting range, you'll find a fella they call Crow. He's a corporal in the Praggers. You'll know him by his big black moustache. He's Katz's right-hand man. So I'd try my luck with him.
Caraca, essa mulher ela tem o roteiro do jogo no bolso. Nos peitos, em tudo. Não é possível. Ela vai pros lugares, ela sabe tudo. Caraca.
But what if he turns me down?
Then I suppose you'll have to keep bothering him until he changes his mind. What else?
And once I've joined them, what next?
Find out when they're supposed to go to Sedlets. And above all, why they're still here. And once you've got it sorted out with them and you're gonna all ride out with the cannon, I'll go straight to the Devil's Den and we'll get to work.
E dá beijo de boa sorte, caçamba. Ai.
Well, it all sounds pretty dangerous. If I say the wrong thing or someone recognizes me, the game will be up. I could do with a kiss for luck.
If you don't mess up, you'll have 1,000 kisses. But work before play.
Caraca.
Is there anything else you want to ask before we get started?
Do you know anything else about the Praggers that might come in handy?
Not really. They're artillerymen, as I said. And their pay is a lot better than the others. So they aren't too popular around here. That's all I know. They drink, play dice, and go to the baths just like all the others.
What's it like here? Should I be afraid?
Not really. But I wouldn't call it peaceful here. You know what it's like. Humans here, Pragas there. Couple of noblemen and a bunch of mercenaries who want to fill their purses. All hot-blooded and all hating each other. Apart from that, it's lovely.
Is there anything I should watch out for?
Your mouth, mostly. You know what you like. If you give the game away, you're a dead man. Just try and act normal. They get up to a lot of drinking, riding, and archery here. Now and then they fight like cats and dogs, but the captains have things under control for the moment. Although
what?
There's a rumor going round the soldiers that there's a spy here. At first, I was worried they were talking about me. But it seems not. Be careful.
That's all I need to know.
Get out of the water, then. You've been in there for ages. Though I have to admit, you've scrubbed up nicely. Maybe I should wash you more often.
Eita.
As long as it's always free of charge.
Olha.
Actually, there is something you could do to repay me. But that can wait. Enlist for service first, soldier.
Eita. Seria você?
Greetings. What do you want?
Are you the one they call Crow?
I'm only crow to good friends, or strangers who want to punch in the gob. Which group do you belong to?
Well, neither, I reckon. But I hope that'll change. I want to join your regiment.
You and a dozen other ne'er-do-wells. I've had fellas pestering me ever since Radovan let slip that we get double the pay. Go and ask Lord Borumlaka, I mean. He's been taking on all kinds of mercenaries. You'll fit in better with his rabble.
Oh, that'd be a waste of my talents.
Oh, really? How's that?
Eu venci o torneio de Cuttenberg, derrotei o Lord Gabon em duelo. Eu sei tudo sobre ervas, sou ferreiro.
Didn't you see me fight Zavish von Garbov recently? It made a big splash.
I don't have time for that kind of thing. But the men mentioned it in the bathhouse, that's true. Defeating an experienced knight like Zavish is no mean feat. But the answer's still no.
I fought in the tournament put on by the Kuttenberg City Council. Maybe you've heard of me. I did pretty well.
We're a long way from the city and news travels slow.
Sei tudo sobre ervas, sou ferreiro.
I know about herbs. If you have a sore throat, or need some extra energy, or you've got food poisoning, I'm your man.
That kind of thing always comes in handy, but we have a physician, and one that half the world would envy us. We don't need another.
Oh, damn it, is that still not enough for you? What more do you want?
For you to stop hassling me. You're a bit pushy for my liking. It's a bit suspicious.
No.
I want to serve the king, is all. Sigismund should take things in hand here and impose order, since Wenceslas isn't capable of it.
Interesting. Most people in these parts have other ideas.
Only I'm not most people. Please. Just give me a chance.
All right. We lost a couple of men recently in any case. You know what? I'll go and see Katz, our commander. He'll know what to do with you.
Who the fuck are you?
My name's Henry, sir. And I want to enlist.
Nem pra mudar o nome.
You turn up and expect us to drop to our knees in awe? Crow, why did you let this fucker in?
I thought you might want to take a look at him. The lad said he fought Zavish and gave him what for.
Well, if that's true, but we'll have to try you out first in any case. I have this issue here.
Ah, you're not going on about that stupid charter again, are you? How many more men will you send to find it?
As many as it takes. Don't tell me you're not fed up with being stuck here. So, this is your test, Henry. Either you come back as one of us, or you don't come back at all. What do you say?
It's a deal. I'm not afraid of any job.
Damn it, Crow, this lad might actually have what it takes.
Maybe he'll help us get out of this shithole at last.
Listen up, then. Some of our men have gone missing. 7 of them. And with them a wagon with horses, to be precise. They had a very important cargo they were supposed to take to Sedlitz, but they never arrived there.
It seems they were last seen somewhere between Miskovitz and Rabstein. But that was ages ago. Christ knows where they might be now.
Hang on, why would they go past Miskovitz? That's not on the way to Sedlitz.
That's what I don't understand. But you can ask them if you find them.
Isn't it possible they simply got lost on the way?
That don't seem likely. We've only been in these parts a short while, true, but it's not complicated to get to Sedlitz.
But the way doesn't go through Miskovitz. So what would they be doing there?
Something bad must have happened to them. But fuck knows what.
I don't give a shit what happened to them. They could have been eaten by squirrels for all I care. I just want that painted chest they were carrying. There's a very important charter in it, and we need it back. Got that?
And what should I do when I find these fellas?
What do you think? Free them if someone's holding them. Bury them if they're dead. Kill them if they've deserted.
What, take down 7 men by myself?
Do you want to be a fucking soldier or not? All right then. If things get tough, come and see me and we'll sort it out somehow.
Tá bom,
right,
vamos lá.
I think I understand. Find the men and bring back the charter.
Não vou gastar muita palavra com ele.
You don't know the most important bit yet.
O quê?
Meshach, one of those 7, came back.
And you're only telling me this now? So question him, and we'll know what's going on, won't we?
Go ahead and try it yourself, genius.
Meshach was brought back on a cart. Some peasant found the poor bloke unconscious on the road and brought him here. He's been in the infirmary since then. But you can stop by, maybe the Sawbones will be able to tell you something. His name is Musa.
And let me tell you, you ain't never seen a man like Musa before.
That's about it then. Now on your way. Try not to get yourself killed.
Tá, a gente vai ter que falar lá com o Musa. Caramba, aqui é a tenda de um dos capitães. Caraca. Nunca vim pra cá nas nossas missões. Mas vamos lá, cadê o Musa? O Musa a gente já conhece. Ué, cadê ele? Aqui.
Commander Katz sent me. I'm supposed to find the soldiers who went missing. It seems one of them is in your infirmary.
Yes, Meshach. He's lying over there, and will remain lying for long. He was badly stabbed, and it will take weeks before he comes to his senses.
But I need to talk to him.
Then you shall have to wait. When he was brought here, he was mumbling about some wagon on a place called Lota. But then he passed out and did not awake again.
Isn't there anything we can do? I don't need him to be healed, just to wake up for a while. What if we brew something with mint? That wakes me up like nothing else.
That is not such a bad idea, Henry. One can make a decoction from valerian and mint, which is called cockerel potion. It will not heal the poor wretch, but it might wake him up for a bit. But it must be very strong. Not like what is sold by the quacks around here.
Hold on. I have something like that here.
And is it a strong enough decoction?
We'll soon find out.
Very well, friend. I will try to trust you.
Eu tô com uma poção do galo forte? Não, eu tenho uma poção de galo fraca. E uma poção de galo normal. Eu precisaria de uma forte. Basicamente a poção do galo é valeriana, hortelã destilada, tá? Só moer hortelã e adicionar o caldeirão, ferver por 1 turno, adiciona a valeriana e ferva por 2 turnos e por fim destile. Essa maldita não vende, tem que fazer bem feito, tudo bonitinho, porque se você não fizer bem feito ela não fica forte não. Então, cadê a criatura que eu tenho que... Qual é a criatura que eu tenho que... Aqui. Opa. Só uma. Ah. Ah.
All right. We'll see if I brewed it properly.
Whoa. What's happening?
Acordou, né?
Where am I?
Calm down, Meshach. How are you feeling?
Like I was kicked in the head by a horse. Wait. How do you know who I am?
No, we don't have time for introductions. I need to know what happened to you and the others you went to Sedlets with.
Oh, that. What do you want to know?
Tudo.
What actually happened? Start at the beginning and don't leave anything out.
We were riding to Sedlets.
Me and 6 others. We were taking some gifts or something. A couple of crates with some valuables and a kind of painted chest with some documents. Karel and Francex talked the others into nicking the stuff and doing a runner, but I was against it, so they jumped me.
So it was your friends who did this to you?
I told them I wouldn't rat on them, but they said they'd make sure I wouldn't. Francex pounced on me and stuck a knife in my belly, but I managed to push him off and took to my heels. All I can remember is running somewhere, and then I came over all dizzy.
The document you were carrying, where is it? What's in it?
I've no idea. Cats didn't tell us anything, and I can't read. Some report for the king, most likely.
I need to know where the rest of the men who are riding with you to Sedlets are. I have to find them.
I'm not sure. We talked about Lotta. It seems there's a sawmill there they could hide in. So maybe they're there. Listen, will I be all right? What are my chances? I don't feel well. What's wrong with me?
The brew is wearing off, most likely.
I'm going to die, aren't I?
No.
No, you're not going to die. But you won't be on active duty anytime soon. You need to rest.
Rest? Yes, I should. Get my strength back.
Tem mais alguma coisa? Obrigado pela ajuda.
I think I know where to go now.
Excellent, my friend. Finally someone who understands my craft a little. Perhaps you could help me here sometime. Good luck with your task. Kassigin the manje.
Você também, não sei o que você falou. Mas enfim. Tá bom. Aliás, tinha um símbolo esquisito. Eu vou dar uma olhada aqui porque... Então, às vezes buga, tá? A missão não tem missão. Tem uma lá naquela cidade louca lá que bugou. Ó, deixa eu falar.
You're looking at the Prague Regiment's newest recruit.
I was wondering why I had a sudden urge to kick your backside. I'll tell Zizka and the others to get ready for the ambush. How's the departure for Sedlets looking?
Kat said some soldiers of his have gone missing. They had with them some charter they can't leave without. He sent me to find him.
So what are you doing here? Waiting for me to bake you some cakes for the journey or what? I'm getting fed up with playing the bath maid.
You said you needed my help with something?
I do. It's just... Well, it's not easy to talk about, you know? Someone's been following me. I haven't actually seen anyone, but I can't help feeling someone staring at me all the time. And once, I even heard something.
What did you hear?
The other night, I was woken up by a man's voice. Like he was standing close by and whispering.
Do you think someone's found out who you are?
Judging by the mumbling, I reckon this is about something else entirely. But you never know what a creep like him might notice. I'd feel a lot better if you could get rid of him somehow.
Has anything else strange happened?
No. Except maybe... I lost a shoe.
A shoe? Just one?
That's just what's so strange about it. If both went missing, I just think someone stole them. But one? What good is one of my shoes to anyone?
I could think of a few things.
Yeah.
Did you understand what the bloke was saying?
Not a word. It didn't sound like Czech.
What did it sound like? Polish? German?
Hungarian. You can't mistake their gibberish for anything else. I reckon it was some Cuman.
When did all this happen?
About 2 days ago. It was quite late at night. I haven't slept a wink since.
Let's hope it's not too serious. But we should find the bloke and have a word with him.
What do you plan to do?
Vira-lata vai localizá-la.
If he really did steal your shoe, Mutt could track him down.
That's not a bad idea. But you'd have to give him something to get the scent.
You've got the other shoe, don't you? You can't walk around with one shoe on anyway. And Mutt's dependable.
It's not Matt I'm worried about. Just sort things out with a creep. That's all I care about.
Tá.
I could lure him out of the camp and slit his throat, couldn't I?
I could manage that myself. But it would only cause trouble. Is that really the best you could think of? Give him a fright. Beat him up. Just don't kill him.
All right.
Tá bom.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. But now go. We both have work to do.
O perseguidor, atividade iniciada. Descubra quem está perseguindo Catherine e espere pelo tarado na casa de banho. Ai, 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 ai. Vamos lá, vamos nessa opcional que... Antes da gente ir pra lá descobrir onde os caras estão. Os caras estão em algum lugar em... Lhota.
What is it, boy? Is this where the shoe thief lives?
Então é você.
There. Now keep him at your side.
É, tem um pessoal que não gosta do cachorro. Ah, então é você. Olha. O sapato. Meu Deus, Mutt. Chega. O cara não gosta de você. O pior é que ele tá... Deixa eu ver se eu esperar aqui 1 hora. Para acorda. Vai ter que traçar ele de novo. Ó, tá vendo? O outro gosta dele. Caraca, o cara dorme, hein? Peguei.
So it's you. You're the human that keeps bothering the black-haired bath wench. You'll leave her alone. Got it?
Mi van. Nem értem.
What are you on about? You don't understand a word I say, do you? Bathhouse. Das bad. Washing. Bathhouse wench. Woman. No watching. 9. Got that? Again?
Igen. Aha. A fürdőslány. Miért ne? Minek ütött bele az orrod? Igen. Szeretem.
Por que você fica espionando? Por que você roubou o sapato dela? Deixa ela em paz, você está assustando.
She's scared. Sacra. It's like talking to a horse.
É, basicamente.
Ah! Help! That man wants to hurt me! Help! Save me! Huh? Bathhouse woman. Afraid. You? Go away. Du Schwein. Nicht amor.
Mi van? Fél tőlem.
De én ezt nem akartam. Hát jó. Rendben, akkor békén hagyom. Nicht amor.
See how easily we came to an agreement?
Meu Deus. Cadê ela?
I found the Cuman who was stalking you. He's called Chakan. I reckon you won't have any more trouble from him.
Ah, thank God. How did you convince him to stop?
I just told him a woman like you wouldn't waste her time with someone like him.
And he understood? Have you learnt Cuman? Or did you explain it with your fists? And what about my shoes?
Ah, right. I reckon I should give that back. But I'm afraid I didn't find the other one.
Well, I suppose I'll just have to steal another pair. And Henry?
What?
Thank you.
Não deu pra
You're
pegar
a good
outro
man.
sapatinho.
I owe you one.
Se desse pra pegar outro sapatinho, eu pegava e devolvia, entendeu? Mas não deu pra pegar.
I'll have to go around.
O portão tá fechado, os caras estão aqui.
Huh? What the fuck are you doing here? Get lost, if you value your life.
Calm down. I just want to talk.
Talk then, before I kick your ass out.
Calma, gente, eu só quero conversar.
What do you want then?
I've only come for one document. That's all I want from you.
What fucking document? Hold on. You mean that parchment we were taking to Sedlets? Dopradele. A fella hopes to get his hands on something worth running off for, but all that's in that fucking chest is useless shit and some stupid fucking parchment. Hey, how come you know about it?
Cat sent me here for it. He wanted me to find you and bring it back.
Cut? That old wineskin ain't given up yet. We thought he'd see sense and leave us be, when none of the fools he sent after us came back.
What happened to the people Cat sent after you?
What do you think? A few of them probably did a runner. Some are still looking for us, and the ones that found us...
Já eram.
See that stream there? That's what carried away what was left of them.
Why did you quit the army, anyway? I reckon that's a bit risky.
Unlike battling all the time, you mean? We were just fed up with it. Sleeping in a shitty tent, never getting a proper meal, and on top of that, all the slaughtering.
What do you plan to do? You can't hide forever.
We'll take everything worth anything. Hunt for something to eat and take to the hills. Every man for himself. With a bit of luck, they'll forget about us in a month or two and we'll be able to go back to Prague.
Why did you try to kill Mishek? I get that you wanted to run away, but that poor wretch didn't do anything wrong.
You know about him as well, do you? He ain't no poor wretch. He's a coward. He'd never have gone along with us, and he was sure to spill the beans. We had to get rid of him.
There's no point dragging this out, is there? Just give me the charter, and I'll be on my way.
And you'll leave us be?
Go wherever you like. I just need the parchment.
All right. It's up in the loft.
Exército do Sigismund, então eles podem ir à vontade,
There's a
entendeu?
ladder in the chamber. And you never saw us, right?
Beleza.
God be with you.
Eu quero mais que vocês vão mesmo, entendeu? Tipo, chispa daqui. Deixa o exército dele defasado. Né?
Get out.
Such a naughty dog.
É. Eu não entendi o porquê, né? Mas tudo bem. Tchau pra vocês.
You know it is forbidden for me.
Entre os soldados e os documentos perdidos.
I've come about
Vamos
that
lá,
charter
sobre
you're
eles.
looking for.
Have you got it?
Yes.
My Christ, Henry. All them men couldn't find it, and you just come strolling in. And the soldiers who were taking it to Sedlitz? Did you find them as well?
Aye. But they weren't planning to go to Sedlitz. They deserted, and were hiding out in the sawmill near Lahota.
Horsons. Where are they now? What did you do with them?
Eu cuidei deles. Eles ainda estão na serraria. Eu cuidei
I was
deles.
lucky enough to catch them off their guard. They're dead.
You took them all on by yourself? You must have been damn fucking lucky. That's your mission accomplished, then. You're one of us from now on, Henry. Here, take our Rock and wear it with pride. And you know what? I think you should get paid right now.
So we can move out from the camp at last?
First things first. You know the first thing every real soldier does when he gets paid? He gets shit drunk!
Meu Deus,
Oh,
que
son,
louco.
did you hear that? Henry here found us that stupid document.
And he dealt with the traitors. Perhaps even too well for my taste.
Let them rot in hell, the Horsons.
And what now? Will you head out for Sedlitz?
The sooner the better. Don't tell me you'll miss me.
It is just that you have not finished telling me the story of George and the dragon.
Really? All right, but telling a story like that needs a proper drink first. You too, Henry. Drink.
As you command, sir. To the Praggers.
Long live the Praggers. At last, I don't have to drink alone. Moose is not much of a drinking companion, see?
Alcohol and gambling may have their uses, but they are also sinful. And much more sinful than beneficial. I mean, look at yourself. A man should have 4 humors in his body. But you have replaced them all with alcohol.
You're no saint yourself. I've heard from the bathhouse wenches how you can't take your eyes off them.
Every creature is beautiful and noble. For Allah created them thus. I'm just admiring his work.
You got away with words, I'll give you that. All the more reason I don't understand why you don't drink and play dice.
I simply do not want to.
But I fucking do. So come on, Henry. You'll play with me at least.
Nah, why not? Let's have a game.
That's the spirit. You're a man after my own heart.
Temos que ganhar confiança.
Winning money of the captain is never a good idea.
Vixe. Ah, a gente tem que ganhar confiança, né? Nossa, é muito dado. É muito dado. Ah! Dado par. Não, não é dado. Não dá pra.
I'm seriously curious about you, lad.
Tá, vamos lá. Isso eu tenho 100. Os 2, 4 dá quanto mesmo? Não, os 2, 4 não dá nada. Então vou pegar os 2, 5. Vou continuar. Vou pontuar e passar.
That'll do.
Perde.
Come on.
Vamos tentar? Vamos. Vou pontuar e vou passar. Não vou arriscar. Eu só preciso de 100 pontinhos na próxima. Nossa! Quase. Quase que deu merda. Nossa!
They're yours, lad.
Só preciso de 100. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Tem. Só isso. Ah, não! Que susto. Eu apertei errado.
Mother of...
Nossa, eu apertei errado.
How could I have lost?
Vai me derrotar na próxima.
Glory to the victors, honor to the defeated. You'll get me back next time, sir.
You bet I will. I'll pluck you like a chicken. And now for a drink.
Caraca. Bebendo com os inimigos. Tá bom, né? Fazer o quê?
And so St. George hops on his white steed and he rides to the lake where he sees a huge mountain with a cave at the bottom. Stench of sulfur. It's wafting from it. And so he shouts at the top of his lungs into the cave and says, "Come out, dragon! I challenge you to a fight!" And so, all of a sudden, the mountain moves, and massive dragon looks down at George and says, "Sir Knight, I accept your challenge, but why the fuck are you shouting up my arse?" I love that, sir. Up his arse.
Sir, you have to come with me quickly. The surgeon too.
Can't you see we're in the middle of serious debate?
Nossa, debate sério.
Come quickly before it's too late.
Eita preula.
This is Chatan. He leads the Cumans.
Fé.
He has been stabbed. Tudo bem. Kitchen outdoors.
Who did it?
We will not get anything out of him in this state. We must get him to the infirmary before he bleeds to death.
Will someone please explain to me what the fuck is going on here?
They said they
Algum
just
espião.
found him like this.
These two, they were on guard in the tower, and out of the blue they heard a scream.
When his men find out about this, we'll be lucky to not end up in the same position as him.
We've got to move him quickly. He's in plain sight here.
Quick, before it's too late.
I'll help you with him. You two, go to the gate. Don't let anyone in. You got it?
Agora é aquele momento em que a gente tem que investigar e ao mesmo tempo não.
What do you think? Catch the bastard who did it!
Well, that never would have occurred to me. We're lucky to have you here.
Don't make me mad. If your men had done their sentry duty properly, we could have spared ourselves this fuck-up.
I'll deal with Aldebert and Radovan, don't you worry. But now we have to do something.
All right. You search this place, and I'll go to see Chertan in the infirmary.
Right now? What good can you do there? Be better if you help me here.
Do what I said, and don't concern yourself with me. I'll go where I want, when I want.
Fine. Go to hell for all I care. So, Henry, Chertan's at death's door. Musa is up to his elbows in his guts. Grosov won't do a fucking thing. And I'm pissed out of my head.
Tô
I'd like to
percebendo.
hear any suggestions.
Well, the most important thing is to keep this hushed up. Things will really go to shit if anyone finds out.
It's true. Doesn't take much to get that Kuman rabble's blood up. I don't want to end up in a goulash. We're gonna have to sort this out. Being a commander here is a right pain in the arse. Soldiering was different in my day. Nobody would have dared stab an officer right in the camp.
Caraca, o cara não consegue nem ficar de pé.
You know what, soldier? I'm gonna go and take care of something in my tent for a while. And you take a torch and search this place.
All right. Go and get some rest, and I'll take a look around.
What do you fucking mean, rest? I'm going to have a think.
Meu Deus.
And lo and behold, where might this trail of blood lead to?
Leva até aqui.
Yeah, Catherine was right. I'll never get such a massive cannon out of here. I have to get Katz to move it out of the camp somehow. Oh, there's powder all over the place. One spark and the whole store will be blown sky high. Are the soldiers really so lax? Or could there be more to it than that? And the lock looks scratched. Maybe someone tried to get inside without a key. Was someone trying to steal something? Or perhaps I'm not the only one who's looking to make mischief here.
Isso é um perigo. Eita, tem mais coisa aqui.
Someone washed off some blood here. So this is where Chertan lives. That's one serious lock. There must be something important inside.
Título de dívida. Altíssimo comandante do acampamento militar de Kuttenberg, no Lord de Grosov de Bergow, confirma que, meio dessa carta, recebemos uma soma de 360 groshens do Kumano Retan e, portanto, é obrigado a pagar sua dívida pontualmente. O nobre Lord de Bergow também promete que não usará nenhum bem ou gado para pagar sua dívida. Em troca, o Kumano Retan promete não vender a nota promissória e não mencionar a existência dela.
Money. Sakra.
Mas e agora?
Right. I've searched the whole place.
Did you find anything?
Tá, não encontrei nada. Mentira, achei a nota promissória de Joseph. Putz. Alguém invadiu o depósito de pólvora. Descobri várias coisas. Putz.
I found out a lot of things. There's a lot of blood in a tub by the stables, for instance. I reckon the murderer washed his hands there. And someone unlocked the powder store. But you know what's even more important? I found a document in Chertan's tent that says Grozav owes him a lot of money.
First of all, you can read? I didn't expect that. Second, and more importantly, don't tell anyone, all right? Grozov might think we suspect him of something, and we certainly don't. Not until we find more evidence, at least. Let's hope Chertan can tell us something. Come on, let's go and see if Musa's done with him yet.
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What? Musa couldn't save him?
That fucking sawbone of yours finished him off, more like. He took one of his pagan potions and poured it down his throat.
Ficar em silêncio. Eu acho que vou ficar em silêncio. Vamos.
What the fuck
Vamos deixar.
happened here?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned. So Grozav is right about that. But he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Calm down, sir. Go on, Musa.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding heavily, and his wounds needed stitching. But he survived. Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for treatment. That is the usual procedure. But what was not usual was that he started vomiting blood. And then he died.
O vinho matou, difícil, vou ficar em silêncio.
Someone must have poisoned the wine while I was not looking.
Oh, he was hiding under the table waiting for you to turn your back, was he?
Where did you get the wine from? I thought you didn't drink.
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain and for certain complaints. At the right dose, it can be very beneficial. It is not all that common in my country, but I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn Sina. You Christians know him as Avicenna. I tried other alcohol as well, but drinking mead makes my patients worse. And if I give them beer, they almost always shit themselves.
That's enough. Keep an eye on this fiend till I bring the guards.
Wait, sir. I have no idea what happened here, but Musa is definitely innocent. Chertan was stabbed first, wasn't he? And Musa was with me in my tent when that happened.
So, he's in league with someone else?
With one of the half-wits here? I doubt that.
Are you sure you're not trying to cover for him?
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know very well you and that foreigner are best pals.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a nobleman like you, but that doesn't mean I don't have my honor.
Defender.
There's no way Musa is to blame.
Musa não é
Even if he
culpado.
wanted to kill Chertan, he must have known that suspicion would fall on him first.
The lad's right.
Might I say a word about this matter?
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir, give me some time, and I will bring to you the real murderer. We won't leave this place until we clear this up. You have my word.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put
Vou
up
ficar em
with you
silêncio.
in my camp meanwhile. Are you yanking my pizzle?
But, sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak to anyone until the royal justiciar arrives from Sedlets. He'll deal with him. And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and twiddle your thumbs. If word gets out that Chertan's been done in, things will get pretty hot around here for
Essas
all
coisas
of us.
ficarem loucas e todo mundo se matar vai ser legal.
Where do you think you're
Vai ser bom
going,
pra
Henry?
gente.
Stay here and talk. What do you say to all this?
Devemos ajudar ele.
I may not understand what all this is about, but I think we should help Musa somehow.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
What are we going to do then?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that? I'm not the royal justiciar.
Quem é esse chefe de coisa? Quem é esse chefe de coisa?
What is this royal justiciar?
He's a crown official who makes sure the law is enforced in this land. His people catch and try all sorts of counterfeiters, rebels, aye, murderers too. Sigismund may not have appointed one yet, but I've heard he's put Steber of Stebersitz in charge of this kind of thing. And if that's true, and Gorzov brings him here, we're all in the shit.
Who is this Stebor of Stebersitz?
A real big cheese, lad. He owns half of Upper Hungary. You
Bicho.
don't get that kind of wealth by being kind-hearted. Trust me.
Ainda mais
You
na
really
Hungria.
don't have any idea what to do next.
How could I? We should probably talk to Musa. Find out exactly what happened.
But Grozov has him under guard.
And there's no way I can get to him. Everyone knows my face. But you could do it.
Me?
Who else, soldier? I need help. Someone I can trust. And you spent the whole evening with me, so you're not a suspect. You have to get rid of the guard somehow, and get to Musa.
Quanto tempo nós temos? Vou tentar distrair o guarda. A garota dos banhos vai ajudar.
I know one of the bathhouse wenches. Maybe she could distract the guard while I slip past and talk to Musa.
That's not a bad idea. If you can talk her into it, that's bound to work. Off you go, then.
How much time do we have for this investigation?
2 days at most, I'd say. Then Sigismund's deputy will arrive from Sedlitz. And Henry, be careful. I'm depending on you.
Tá. Fale com Musa, investiga o assassinato, prepare-se para defender Musa no julgamento. Peça ajuda a Catherine com o guarda. Vamos pedir ajuda dela. Eu acho que ele é inocente e ele também é de boa, entendeu? O Musa, ele não é gente ruim. Na verdade, se você for parar pra pensar, tirando os filhos da puta que sai matando todo mundo dos Kumano, e olha que nem todos os Kumanos são assim, a gente já conheceu alguns que não são, mas tirando a maioria desses filhos da puta dos Kumano, o resto é tudo de boa, tranquilo, eles só estão fazendo aquilo que eles têm que fazer mesmo. Porque eles são obrigados a fazer, né? Cadê? Não. Cadê a coisinha? Basicamente eles só estão no lado oposto. Tá ficando complicado roubar o canhão. Preciso atrair o guarda para longe de Musa.
There's something I need your help with.
Oh, what a surprise. What is it this time?
There's a guard.
Cara de vontade dela.
Tent. I need to lure him away for a while. So I thought...
That I could use my feminine charms on him?
Something like that.
So you rid me of one pig just to lumber me with another?
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't really important.
All right then. I'll try and lure him to the bathhouse. But if he tries anything on me, he'll get a punch in the mouth. I hope he won't stink at least.
Vai lá, minha filha. Acorda, se troca, bota uma roupa bonita. E bota suas coisas à prova. Demorou, hein? Demorou. Se arrumou pouco. Pera, meu filho, onde é que você tá indo? Ah, é esse. Eu pensei que era aquele. Ó, já gaguejou. Tá nervoso.
must be very important to get a task like that.
Muito artista, não tem como.
This is child's play for me. You should see me in battle.
Ooh, I'm sure I'd be terrified.
You have nothing to fear, dearie. I protect you.
How gallant. Oh, you ought to be rewarded for that. Wouldn't you like me to give you a nice bath?
Well, I can't deny I've been standing here for quite a while. I stink like a pig's ass.
Nossa, que maneira linda.
That's your manly fragrance. Oh, it's irresistible. Shall we go then?
All right. Well, it's not like that moose is going anywhere.
Meu Deus.
Henry? What are you doing here? Grozav said...
Nah, to hell with Grozav. Katz believes you didn't do it. We have to clear your name somehow.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure that is possible. Tinge sireye, mene mene sireye.
Não fala na sua língua não, pelo amor.
From my country. It means the road to truth has many twists and turns.
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. But I'm gonna need your help. What happened when you brought Chertan to the infirmary?
I already told you everything. We laid him on the table. Crow went his own way and I started cleaning Chertan's wounds. Then I gave him some wine to drink. And he suddenly began to shake and vomit blood soon after. He was dead.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of Borum Laka arrived and started to go mad.
Did Chertan say anything before he died?
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not as good as I thought. He was coughing so much that I could not understand anything.
What about that wine? Could I take a look at it?
Lord Grozav poured it away in anger before you arrived, so that I
muito
could not
suspeita.
poison anyone else, he said.
He poured it away? When it could have helped us? The wine was evidence.
Evidence that here in Bohemia you will drink, even vinegar. It smelt and looked the same, as always. Except perhaps it was a little more cloudy.
Where was the wine from, actually?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. A very pretty girl. Black hair, nicely built. Catherine, I think she's called.
Catherine? Are you sure?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in this. Chertan was not the first person I gave the wine to today. The wine must have been poisoned here, in my infirmary.
Enquanto ele não tava vendo.
All right. But what now? How will we find the murderer?
I have done some thinking about that. After all, what else can I do here? The best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison has different effects. One makes your hair fall out. Another turns your guts inside out. If we discover what poison was used on Chertan, we just have to find it, and the mystery is solved.
How can we identify the poison, then?
That is not hard. I examine the dead body, I find the symptoms of the poison, and I compare them with known effects of poisons. That is, I would, if I could get out of here.
And could I help you somehow? Can't be that hard, can it?
Certainly not. Why study something for years when common sense is enough? I'm sorry. That was not courteous of me.
Não foi cortês.
I'm sure you will manage somehow. The first thing to do is to go to Chertan's corpse and examine it thoroughly. Arms, legs, face. You must remember everything that looks strange to you. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. Take from it my almanac of poisons and compare what you saw with the symptoms described there. You can read, I hope.
Aye, pretty well.
Excellent. The chest is locked, but I trust you will manage somehow.
You have a whole book just about poisons? Where did you get it?
I bought it on my way here, in Moravia. I have not yet had time to study it properly, but please, do not mention it to anyone. It would not look good for someone in my situation to have such a book. You surely understand.
Right. Examine Cherton's body and read the book. I can manage that. Who do you think killed Cherton?
I have no idea. But what I do know is that we will not get anywhere if we suspect everyone in the camp. Who do you think is the prime suspect at this moment?
I heard Sir Grozov couldn't stand Cherton.
I have heard the same. And did you notice how quickly he accused me?
Tenho quase certeza que foi ele.
Well, what do you think?
I think it must be someone from here. A stranger would have been noticed. What is more, most people are not allowed up to the powder store, and I would bet that it was one of us who was there at the time. And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, that leaves Grozov, Stephen, and the two guards. Someone should question them all. Maybe their statements will give something away.
Well, I don't have much time, but I'll try to talk to them.
I am very grateful, my friend.
O soldado não vai implicar comigo. Que bom. Porque senão eu ia ter que me livrar dele.
Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything, and forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch.
Examinar a cabeça.
He looks a bit ruddy. But is that from the poison, or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips. I suppose the murderer surprised him and didn't give him a chance to defend himself. Ah, what a stench. He coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up. Ah, there's no way I'm examining that. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Cherton. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Several stab wounds in the belly, all close together and very deep. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing. Though that hardly narrows down the field in an army camp. Almost everything is covered in blood. But there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. I can't see anything ripped or sliced off. There's nothing missing. Whoever killed him, it doesn't look like a robbery. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms.
A gente já sabe. Espasmos, vomitou sangue e tripa.
Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasms started?
And
what's this here? Something that looks like warts. But did the poison cause them? Or was he a filthy pig and always had them? Completely rigid. Just like the arms. But, oh, Christ, what a stink! Ugh, he shot himself. I've heard it happens to the dead, but that much? Ugh. Maybe the poison did that. That'll have to do. I've found out enough. He had spasms, he shot himself, warts or lesions on his hands. as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking, or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing.
Beleza, a gente já... Já deu uma olhada. Agora... Será que esse é o baú?
You silly doggy.
Pra quem quiser ler. Em Praga. Livro dos Venenos. Tá. Acônito. Principalmente na Boêmia e na Áustria, pois as plantas necessárias para a preparação são abundantes. Não espere grandes benefícios em sobreviver de veneno, pois ele não pode ser usado para nada além de matar. Engolido. Escuridão nos olhos, secura em corpo ou frouxidão de seus músculos. Algumas gotinhas causaram a morte, no antídoto garantido. Não, deixa o corpo mole. Veneno de ave pitorril. Eu vou botar aqui para vocês lerem. Poção de titereiro. Beijo da morte. Opa. Eu ia botar pra vocês lerem, depois eu ia ler com calma. Aroma agradável para ser confundido. Diz também que os pobres da sua mistura pode ser usado para transformar metal em ouro. Beijo da morte causará primeiro dor de estômago. Pele fica avermelhada e com bolhas. São as verrugas que a gente viu dele. Intestino esvazia, ele se cagou. Dolorosa por ambas as extremidades. Ele vomitou e se cagou. Quando enrijecem em espasmos e as unhas quebram. Nesse ponto a morte é certa, mas antes disso é possível aliviar a agonia do pobre sujeito com o pesor colocado sobre a língua. Em caso de reação rápida, uma mistura de leite quente, vinagre e alho também pode ser usado para fazer com que o veneno seja expelido. Se quiser fazer esse veneno, pegue um pote de barro nunca usado e coloque um pouco de cobre vermelho, meia garrafa de água fortes, arsênico, casca de carvalho e água de rosas. Ferva tudo e teste com prego de ferro. Quando a mistura lamacenta tiver coberto completamente o ferro, você saberá que cozinhou bastante. Eu tô achando que é esse. Porque os outros estão tranquilos.
I should tell Musa what I've learned.
Tá bom, esteja em paz também.
I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertown was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
Bem, acônito, veneno de ave pitorril, poção de titereiro, beijo da morte. Eu tô achando que é o beijo da morte.
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
Foi o que aconteceu com ele.
Means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book. But if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain.
O resto tudo deixa mais longo e é mais lento.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would someone with your abilities want to enlist? I do not suspect you of Teretan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth, my friend. Who are you? Really?
Do jeito que você tá falando, não sou muito fã do Sigmund. Cuide da sua vida. Você tá me testando, não sei do que você tá falando. Não sou muito fã do Sigmund.
I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story. I once served Sultan Bayezid.
A gente já sabe, na verdade, mas vamos recordar.
The Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world, so I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Timur and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan. And I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture. I am sure you understand that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But let us just say that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of. Instead of making me his counselor and physician, he sent me here.
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend. But I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing, I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Tá, vamos lá. Vamos às tendas. Temos Adalberto Radovan, Stephen o Corvo, Musa e a barraca do Grozav. Eu acho que eu vou, primeiro de tudo, salvar o jogo. E aí eu vou na barraca do Grozav. Eu tenho quase certeza que foi ele. Sério, tipo, muita certeza.
He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times. Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he?
O cara tá aqui. Quem que é o próximo da lista? Musa. Dá pra ir lá vasculhar na tenda dele. A tenda dele acho que eu vou deixar por último. Mas eu não acredito que seja ele, não. Entendeu? Porque é muito óbvio.
Is that blood? No, piss. Ugh, filthy pig.
Credo. Também, olha só, olha o pé. Tudo sujo. O cara é porco pra caramba. Credo.
The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses?
É, pra disfarçar o cheiro, os caras não devem nem tomar banho.
Nails? Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Oak. And dry as a bone.
Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death.
Aí tem o seguinte. Foi ele que fez a mando do outro? Foi ele mesmo que fez?
I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to. Just a broom.
Porque, tipo, tem todos os ingredientes. Todos os ingredientes estão misteriosamente colocados na barraca dele. Aqui a céu aberto. Entendeu? Por isso que eu tô achando suspeito. Tem mais nada pra ver, não? Nada.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Dá-me na cama.
Ugh, stinks of vomit.
Você sai daqui, isso sim. Eu tá muito suspeito isso.
For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. Weaving something like that must have been one hell of a job.
É bonito esse tapetinho.
There's nothing here. Moosa's definitely not to blame.
Agora vem a minha dúvida. Quem? Ué, minha cama? Eu tenho uma cama aqui. Não, não é minha. Esse daqui não. Caramba, eu tenho uma caminha com um baú aqui. Que da hora. É porque se a gente acusa o outro aqui, esse outro tem um status maior, entendeu? Ferra mais com eles. Mesmo que todas as evidências apontem pro corvo, entendeu?
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
My word, you're bristling with confidence. We still have some time, so calm down, or you'll give yourself a fit. In the meantime, I'll go and get everything ready.
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
Caraca.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only your soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Musa of Mali in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Vamos ficar em silêncio por
I can assure
enquanto.
you that Musa did nothing wrong.
I was waiting for you to pipe up, cats. Tell me,
Vamos esperar eles
why
falarem.
should I believe the word of a low-born drunkard? Especially when it seems you and Musa are good friends.
Vamos ficar em
Because I
silêncio,
can
não vamos
prove everything
interromper.
I say to you. I tasked Henry here, one of my best soldiers, to find out what really happened to Chertan.
Him? Well, I shall definitely have to hear what he has to say. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Ele estava conosco na hora do assassinato. Ele não tinha como envenenar Hertan. Ele não tinha motivos para matar Hertan. Ele nunca mataria alguém. Primeiro que ele estava conosco na hora do assassinato.
That's simple, sir. Musa was with me and Commander Katz at the time when Chertan was stabbed.
That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed him? From afar?
Musa of Mali will remain silent until I personally ask him a question.
Katz and the boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared for a while. Nobody would have noticed him in the dark anyway.
I find that hard to believe. But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Grosov ou Corvo. Eu vou jogar pra cima do Grosov.
Chertan was
Por
killed
causa da
by the camp
carta.
commander, Grozov of Boromlaka.
What?
You scum! How dare you!
Silence!
You aren't going to let this peasant insult me, are you, sir? You should cut him down to size.
That can wait. First, I want to know how he came up with this insolent claim. And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the powder store, by your reckoning?
Grosov não queria pagar a dívida do Hertan. Ele queria controlar as forças humanas. Hertan pegou Grosov em flagrante enquanto ele roubava pólvora. Não tenho certeza. Ele não queria pagar a dívida do Hertan.
So Grozov owed Chertan a lot of money, but he didn't want to pay up. So he got rid of him.
How
Não.
dare you?
Acho que não.
Are you trying to tell us you are not in debt, Sir Grosov?
Surely you'll believe
Eu não sei se
a
isso prova o
nobleman, sir.
suficiente.
Does this boy have any proof?
Encontrei uma nota promissória.
Chertan
Será
had
que
a
isso
letter
já
of
dá?
debt hidden in his chest. It says Sir Grozov owes him a fortune.
You've been rifling through that poor man's things? What else did you steal? I'll have your hand chopped off, you louse.
But Sir Grosov, why are you getting so worked up over this simple fellow? You don't have anything to hide, do you?
Me? Of course not.
Eles vão mesmo na...
We shall continue. What
Porque eu também tô
happened next?
suspendendo.
You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink, and I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
Ele envenenou o vinho antes de chegar.
Grozov went to the infirmary a little before me and Katz. He could easily have had time to poison the wine Musa gave to Chertan.
What say you, Sir Musa?
It cannot be ruled out.
Well, Sir Grosov, what actually happened?
Why are you all still listening to that dung grubber? Where would I get hold of poison?
Mencionar ervas
You brewed it
encontradas.
up yourself.
I found lots of valerian in your tent, which is used to make dollmaker potion. And that's exactly what was used to kill Chertan, sir.
That's enough. You'll die, you liar.
Eu?
Silence! I've heard
Não.
more than enough. Sir Grossoff, you
Caraca.
will come with me.
A carta deu certo, então.
The king will not stand for wrongdoing among his nobles. That must.
Porque eu pensei que a gente... Porque assim, a gente tem a possibilidade de falar a carta ou tentar acusar ele de roubar pólvora, porque tava remexido na pólvora. Entendeu? Então eu acho que os dois... Como fala? Os dois crimes servem. Será? Mas eu confio na carta. Porque a carta, a gente tem a carta, entendeu? Eu não sei se realmente é ele. Porque a gente encontrou as ervas do veneno correto no outro. Só que esse cara, ele, como fala, além dele ser suspeito, ele também pode ter mandado o outro fazer, entendeu? Os dois podem ser cúmplices. Ele esfaqueou. Provavelmente ele esfaqueou porque ele tava roubando pólvora. Ele tava mexendo nas pólvoras, entendeu? Alguém tava mexendo nas pólvoras. Ou era ele ou era o outro. Um dos dois. E ou enquanto ele tava lá embaixo esfaqueando, o outro deve ter levado veneno e deve ter colocado veneno no vinho. Eu acho que os dois trabalharam juntos. Mas não tem essa opção. Então é só ele mesmo. Eu prefiro acusar ele em vez do outro porque ele é um dos comandantes. Isso pode ferrar com o pessoal, entendeu? Então é mais importante a gente acusar ele do que o outro. Estratégia.
Be punished.
But I didn't do anything.
Don't make this harder than it need be.
Keep away from me.
Calm
Ele vai ficar desesperado agora.
down.
Shut up, you worm. It's all your fault anyway. I won't let you put this on me. You hear? I'll get you.
Well, Sir Stibor, one problem is cleared up, and another one takes its place.
I wouldn't say that. We've rid the king of one idiot. It's just a pity Cherton had to die because of it. And I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for the unpleasantness you suffered.
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
What will happen to the camp now?
That is not your concern. I will personally take command. You just get rid of the corpse and clear out the royal tent for me.
With pleasure. We won't be staying long anyway, will we, Henry?
As you command, sir.
Then I do command, soldier. Go and pack.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out there.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last time.
Caraca.
Excuse me. Everything all right, Sir Stibor?
Sei lá, eu bolei uma... Como fala? Eu bolei uma fanfic dos dois na minha cabeça, que os dois macumularam juntos, entendeu? O assassinato. O pior é que eu acho que o cara realmente é inocente, foi o outro. Agora, se foi o outro mesmo, a gente não tem como saber. O julgamento foi feito. E um dos comandantes já era. Isso é o que é importante. Ô, minha doce criatura traiçoeira.
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last, I won't have to wash the humans' asses anymore.
Tell Zizka everything, so they're ready for the ambush.
I will. But be careful once it all starts. I wouldn't want Dry Devil blowing your brains out by mistake.
Sai do acampamento com Katz. Corre, meu filho, corre, que agora vai começar a desgraça porca. É agora que começa. Nossa, já levaram o corpo já? Caramba. Podemos partir para células.
The sooner the better. Deserters, traitors, murders. I'm getting too old for all this. But the really heavy shit is still ahead of us. I can't imagine how I'm going to explain to the king that Sir Grozov, who he personally put in charge of his soldiers, is a murderer.
Well, maybe it won't be so bad. Sir Stephen will back you up. I heard Sigismund wasn't too fond of Grozov.
Just he can't say it openly because the other nobles wouldn't like it. Well, let's leave it be now. Otherwise we won't get out of here before dark. Sedlitz awaits!
Hey.
So the devil jumps him from behind a tree. But Pa, who's already got his blood up, just grabs him by the horns, wrestles him to the ground, and then starts giving birth to such a hiding. The fur is flying off. Wait, fellas.
Ô, meu filho, ó, abaixa essa cabeça aí. Abaixa essa cabeça aí que deu pra ver. Toma. E eu até agora dormiu. Jogo? Ai. Caramba, o cara foi transportado pra cima de mim.
Is that what you call fighting?
No wonder you're still.
This is how we fight.
I saw you out nicely.
Ai. Olé.
Bleeding like a stuck pig.
Todos morreram? Todos morreram. Com quem que eu tenho que falar mesmo? Oi!
You fucking traitor!
Calm down, or you'll faint again. You've lost a lot of blood.
What now? What are you going to do with me?
Well, you're a good man. You deserve an honorable death.
A commander should fall with his men.
Kiss your ass goodbye.
Sempre gostei do seu capuz. Sempre gostei do seu capuz. Obrigado por eles.
There. It's done.
What's the matter? Aren't you happy?
It just doesn't seem right, what we did to those people.
Not people, the enemy. Remember
É,
that.
infelizmente.
Trust me, you'll sleep a lot better. By the way, who's that fella over there? The one who fought on our side?
He's called Crow. We met in the camp, but I've no idea why he fought against his own people.
So go and fucking ask him, would you? Now that he knows about us, he could pose a threat. And another thing, Brabant has already brought up his promised reinforcements.
What are they like?
Well, you'll see for yourself. But now, we have to get out of here first.
Espera um pouco.
Don't leave yet.
Make it fast. Damn it, lads. Get.
Tá bom. Hã? Pera. Mercenário Peter Torresmo. Garanhão, cadê o Corvo? O Corvo lutou com a gente. Mercenário Berta. Cadê o Corvo? Curso, coisa. Steppen, o Corvo.
What the hell's going on here?
I should be asking you that. The greenest Praga recruit, capable and keen. And he's a traitor.
That's none of your business.
And my business should be no concern of yours either. You've kept your nose out of it so far, so make sure it stays that way.
So far? What are you talking about?
About Chertan.
Was it you who did it?
An unfortunate accident.
Sabia.
He got in my way when I wanted to blow up the powder store.
So that bang a short while ago. But why?
Look, normally I'd be happy to chat with you till Judgment Day, but I get the feeling we should both make ourselves scarce. And on the double. Don't you reckon? So thanks for the help, pal.
Pera, ele explodiu o acampamento? Ele explodiu o acampamento. Caraca! Qual que é? Não, é só esse. Ali com Zisca. Por que que tem um Y junto? Ué. Ah não, o acampamento tá aqui. Não, ele não explodiu o acampamento. Eu que tô doido. Bem, vamos lá. Caraca, ele queria realmente explodir o acampamento, era ele. Que bom que a gente usou a cabeça estratégica e botou a culpa no outro comandante, não botou a culpa nele.
Seems like we poked a hornet's nest with that ambush, eh?
We did.
Dançando com o Diabo, missão principal iniciada.
Another reason not to stick around there and attack Malashov.
Well, we're in luck. Ada's just returned from a scouting mission, and he says von Berkov's at the castle.
And what about Brabant's men? You were saying you don't like the look of them.
I just don't trust them somehow. But I'll admit that Frenchman surprised me. They're no greenhorns.
We'll see how they fare in battle.
Indeed we will. We'll soon get going. Get ready, and then we'll plan what's next.
Caramba. Da hora. Conseguimos surrupiar o canhão. Como bem. Milagre do roteiro. A gente conseguiu. Que bom. Tinha pouco escolta nele. Mas agora o que a gente vai fazer com ele? Bem, ninguém aí nunca operou um canhão. E a gente vai ter que operar um canhão. Porque a gente vai precisar dar um jeito de ir pra fortaleza do Bergow. Mas eu sempre chamo ele de besta porque ele é uma besta. Só que no próximo episódio eu espero vocês lá. Então se gostaram, deixa aquele joinha que é só clicar, coloca um comentário falando o que você achou, compartilha com os amigos que é muito importante. Se não for inscrito no canal, já aproveita, se inscreve e ativa o sininho para a notificação dos próximos vídeos. Muito obrigado e até o próximo.